Yeah, there's a blood drive tomorrow.
All right, we got new stuff. Everybody's got a sheet. Everybody's got an old calculator. All right, let's put your phones up.
That first one did the linear line.
Smile at the camera when you go by.
Can I go by the camera?
No, we don't. Anybody want to see you.
Whatever, Coach Henry. You're so rude.
All right, so what kind of shape are we doing now?
Linear. It's gonna be a linear.
Linear. What's it say at the top of the page?
Vertex, I mean.
What's it say at the top of the page? A parabola. What does that look like?
A circle.
A U. All right, you probably graphed it last year. We did circles the first of this week. Parabolas is what we'll do next, then we'll have a test, and we'll just have to do it after Thanksgiving. All right, so this is somewhat similar to what you did with a few little tweaks. First step, we got to get it in standard form just like we did for a circle, and we're going to basically do it the same way. X squared plus 4x, then your box. We're going to make a group for our x's. Now, here's a difference. On the circles, we moved the plus 1 across the equal sign, made it a minus 1, right? On these parabolas, we're just going to slide the plus 1 down, and since I'm not moving it across the equal sign, I leave it plus 1. I don't change it. Move it down out of the way. Now, how do we fill in the box? Same way we did yesterday. Half of 4 is?
2.
Squared?
4.
All right, now here's a change. I got a plus 4 here. Now, what's the rule? Whatever you add on one side, you got to add on the other. But look, if I got a plus 4 here, I got to add a plus 4 over here, right? But we don't want anything on that side. So what's it going to be when I move it back over here?
Negative.
There you go. So that is different from the circles. On the circles, we had plus 4 because we had an equal sign here. We don't have an equals on this one, so it's plus 4 there, minus 4 there. Yep.
This is confusing.
We haven't even started yet. All right, 1 minus 4 is negative 3. What goes right here inside the parentheses?
X plus 2.
Very good. Same thing we had. All right, so that is our standard form for the parabola. Looks different than what the circle did. So what is our vertex? And what is a vertex? Look, if you've got a parabola, your vertex is right here at the bottom in the middle. All right, so watch. We got to flip this sign. Why do I have to flip this sign? Because if you had x plus 2 equals 0 and you solved it, wouldn't you get a negative 2?
Yes.
Yep. So I flip this sign. I do not flip that sign. That's my vertex. Now, graph that. Negative 2, negative 3 right here. All right, one more thing we got to do. Either it's going to go up like this or it's going to go down like this. You don't know which one. So what we're going to do is what we did 6 weeks ago. We're going to plug in 4 points. Exactly like we did 6 weeks ago. How did we pick these 4 numbers 6 weeks ago? 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Same thing. 2 on the right is going to be negative 1 and 0. 2 numbers on the left is going to be negative 3 and negative 4. The order you write them down does not matter.
Is it raining outside?
Yep. All right, so Samari, when I plug them in, I just put them right here, put them in your calculator. Negative 1 plus 2 in parentheses.
And you add the 2 square, right?
Got to square it and subtract 3. What'd y'all get? My calculator gave me negative 2. Now, I'm faster just writing the whole thing over. If you can go up in there and just change the number, that might be a little faster for you. And some of y'all can do this in your head, which is fine.
1. The next
1 is correct. Negative 3 plus 2, negative 1. Let me do that again. Yeah. I get negative 2 again. So, follow the pattern for the last one. If both of these answers are negative 2, what's the last answer going to be? Positive 1. Right? All right, so let's graph these 4. This should make our shape.
This looks like it'll be easier.
Negative 1 down 2 is here. Over 0, up 1 is here. Draw your parabola.
Parabola.
Parabola. Say it again, Lane.
Parabola.
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 My tongue just kind of like threw around when I said that.
All right, so that's a basic one. They get a little bit harder, but that one's basic. Let's see if the next one's just as easy as this one. It should be just as easy as this one. All right, anybody got a question? Let's go to 2. All right, so how do we start it? What did we do on number 1 to start it? Got to put our box in there, don't we? So it's x squared plus 6x, then your box. What do we do with that plus 3 again? Just move it down out of the way. Leave it plus 3. Just move it down. All right, y'all fill in the box now. All right, Pat, how do I fill in the box? What do I do?
You have 6 and you
Half of 6 is 3 squared, I get 9. So if I got a plus 9 right here, what am I going to have over here?
-9.
Very good. Y'all got this. All right, Pat, what goes in the parentheses?
x plus 3.
Very good. All right, Pat, what's my vertex?
-3, -6.
So y'all go to -3, down 6, put a point. All right, we now have to pick our 4 numbers. So, Nalicia, how do I figure out, or how do I choose my 4 numbers to plug in?
2 on the right, 2 on the left.
2 on the right would be these two, -2 and -1. 2 on the left would be these two, -5 and -4. All right, do it. So that one's just like number 1. And really 3 is going to be the same thing too. We don't start getting different till number 4.
Thought we did too.
All right, here we go. Let's go to 5. And there's a few more things we're going to have to change. 5 shouldn't be a big deal. 6 has got something a little different. All right, Hunter, you got me on 5. Everybody ready for 5?
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, what's the first step?
Let's take 3 out.
Do I take a 3 out of everything?
No, not
No.
6.
There you go. So, x squared plus 3x in my box. And we just move the plus 6 down. Ada? Oh, she's not in. Hey, this one is going to be a little bit different.
Because that's going to be like 2.25.
There you go. All right, so here's the deal. Look, we got to take half of 3. What's half of 3? 1.5. Square 1.5, what do you get?
2.25.
So I put 2.25 right here. Now remember, if you've got a 3 in the front, you've got to multiply 3 times 2.25 is,
6.75.
all right, that's positive 6.75.
Coach Hair,
So we need, yes,
can I see Lady Simmons in the front office for a moment, please?
okay. Make sure you make it a negative 6.75. Hey, be nice.
Oh, don't be nice.
Okay.
I just sniffed on you, I didn't know.
All right, so Hunter, what goes in the parentheses?
Well, what page? Oh, x plus 1.5.
I agree. All right, somebody add those up. That's going to be negative 0.75. Is that right? All right, so what is our vertex? I flip my sign here, negative 1.5. All right, so we've got decimals everywhere on this one. Looks really nasty. Going to make it a little bit harder to graph. I'll let y'all get that written down, then we'll graph it. All right, we ready to graph?
Yeah, let's move off.
All right, look, negative 1.5 is here. How do I go down 0.75?
A little bit.
Hey, wouldn't 0.5 be halfway? 0.75 is a little more than halfway. So let's do it again. Negative 1.5 down 0.75. Guys, just get it close. I'm not going to measure it.
Here, bro.
All right, next thing. Julia, how do I figure out, or how do I pick my 4 numbers again? Good. Now look, guys, if you want to plug in negative 2.5 and negative 3.5, you can. I would not. All we got to do is get 2 numbers on the left, 2 numbers on the right. They don't have to be decimals. I'm going to plug in negative 2 and negative 3, negative 1 and 0. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 1 and 0. All right, plug them in. Y'all should be good.
Coach, I'm sorry, but you didn't have a regular
that the parabola is gonna go down, not go up. Anybody see anything different or new on this one?
The Y.
Front numbers are negative. If the front numbers are negative, it's gonna go down instead of go up. All right, let's plug in your 4 numbers and graph it. At least on the back, we don't have to graph anything.
Divide 3 by 2.
All right, half of 3 is 1.5. Now what?
Square
Somebody square 1.5 for me. 2.25. But here's the extra step. When you go to figure out what number goes over here, negative 2 times 2.25 is negative 4.5. So what goes out here? Positive 4.5. Still worried y'all gonna mess that up?
Coach, sometimes when I'm doing that, I forgot to put my box. So I have to do a little box. Or
That's
sometimes
fine.
I don't even put a box out.
Put it up at the top then, that's fine. All right, so I got my equation. So our vertex is, flip my sign here, that's 1.5. And I bring down negative 3.5 there. Y'all might have this. All right, I'll do one more with you, and then y'all should be good, right? All right, let's do 8 together.